What app? It's so funny. Daniel, you definitely get that if you're watching this. It's been a while since I posted on this CF channel. I really don't like to think about my CF a lot, and I like to treat myself as a normal person. But one, you can't ignore a problem you have because that can lead to disaster. And two, I think I might help people out there in some way. But anyways, the purpose of this video today, oh, the exposure is crazy. I should stand here. Anyways, today I bought Knock. Now, off the top of my head, I can't explain to you why this is good, but I know it pairs very well with Glutathione Plus, which is amazing. Your body already makes it, but you can never go wrong with extra glutathione. This is actually a breathing treatment, though, that you mixed into about 2 to 3 milliliters of distilled water, and then you make your own breathing treatment. You're like a chemist, so have fun with that. But if you take this before you do that, it just boosts what this is. That's the reason I started taking Knock. I recently learned there's a lot of other benefits, but this is still a learning process for me and kind of why I'm making these videos. It also helps me because it forces me to do the research I don't want to do. So, yeah, these are two great ones. I don't know much about this, and I might do more on it in a future video, but just for shits and gigs, I do take one a day for men. I don't really know what the actual benefit of that is, but it's a multivitamin, so can't be bad. And then my dad, who's the one who turned me on to the glutathione Knock, also gave me calcium and black seed oil. I started taking this already. I haven't done this. I'm actually about to go to Walmart again. If you watched the other video, that'd be kind of funny, maybe. I need to mix it with like a fruit juice. Apparently it's pretty harsh, so I usually don't care. When I was a kid, I used to do all kinds of nasty stuff that my dad would make me try, so like blue seaweed extract, I think it was. Some craziness. But one more thing. What my mom got me. Marshmallow roots. Apparently it helps with respiratory for reasons I don't remember because I read the text one time. So I actually need to crack this open today and give it a shot. Maybe I'll include a video later about it. There was something else I wanted to touch on. I did get a clean gainer, but I don't want to talk about that yet. I can't tell if there's freaking bushes brushing against my window or if the cat's in here and I just don't notice it and he's like clawing at something. I got it. Glutathione. So the glutathione that I mentioned first, I'm going to be doing a 90-day challenge with that. And I say that because I've never in my life done it for 90 days straight. So I don't really know how it affects me. I mean, I do because it did help and it was noticeable, but it also could have been coincidental. Always question everything I say. When I was a kid, my dad made me do it, and that's when I did it the most. I'm 28 now. I've been on my own for 10 years, so I could be honest with you. I've only done this like once in a blue moon, and it didn't keep a streak, if you will. I'm doing that and giving it a shot and seeing how my body reacts and fluctuates to all of this. I just got all my blood work and stuff done, so that's like perfect. Glucose tolerance, blood work, and some other stuff. Some nastier stuff I'm not going to talk about, but it involves enzymes, so I'm sure you might put that one together. Oh! I will save that. That big O. That'll be a separate video. That's really, really good big news. Yeah, so 90 days, we'll see how it goes. Considering I just got all my blood work and stuff done, that's perfect timing. And I just saw the doctor on January 13th, so that's even better. Granted, it is a little late. Today's February 7th, so whatever. I wanted to do it right when I had my doctor's office visit, but I didn't yet have the glutathione, so I couldn't. And then I had just started tobramycin, so I was really conflicting with myself. But I made the decision that I'm just going to go ahead and give it a go because it gives me, well, a little less than 3 months. And then I'll see the doctor and see how my PFT and everything goes. And, you know, we'll see what happens. It's kind of guinea pig, but that's what I'm here to do. That's it. I'm going to leave it off there. I'll talk to you guys later, and we'll see how this glutathione thing goes. Bye. No. Keep it easy, stay cheesy, shake it twice, and don't let your meatloaf. So I was debating on whether or not I was gonna add this to my video because it's not important, but I like to eat my food in random places. I usually prefer like the beach or railroad tracks for some reason, but this curb seemed pretty nice because where I really want to go over there is on top of the roof and there's people working in that building today, so kind of risky to do it during the day anyway, but my instinct said to just pick this curb. Let me look at you for respect. I'm adding this video to well, this video, because I don't think CF should be all business, you know? It is something that needs attention, but it's not something you should put your whole life around. And I know that seems odd, and I might not be smart enough to express what I'm trying to say the correct way, but I hope you interpret it the way I mean to dish it out, if that makes sense. But anyways, yeah, something, if you don't do it already, it's really fun. It's a little, the first few times can seem a little awkward, if you will, but I've been doing it for a few years now. I even did it in past relationships. Totally didn't need to be pointed out. But taking time to just sit in a random place and enjoy some food, it's kind of vulnerable yet explorative and fun. So I recommend it. Obviously, don't go to a dangerous area. I mean, I have to say that for legal rights, right? Legal purposes. Speaking of which, I have a funny idea about like covering myself in videos, because one thing that's always stopped me from doing videos is like copyright laws and shit like that. And most of the stuff that I want to do involves music, because I love music so much, and God knows I can't put anything on there. It'll never get passed. It'll always be copywritten. My North Carolina video got flagged in like 9 countries because of freaking typo negative. But I don't know where I was going with that, but I think my point's been made, and I tend to overtalk when I get excited, so maybe it's a good thing I forgot. I should just enjoy my sub here that I got. So I'm gonna cut it off there and stop myself short. Oh, sorry, no I'm not. So it was about the you know, don't do this. Like don't do anything you see in my videos. Like if I'm doing something, doesn't mean that you should be doing it. It's like you know, it's the warning sign that Jackass gives in the beginning of their videos. I can't think of it right now, but I was thinking of making a funny commercial for my videos that starts off like in a funny way. I haven't written it yet. This idea just came to me today, and then like you watch. Obviously, you're gonna get a YouTube commercial. Maybe not. Probably not. But then you'll have a specified commercial made, you know, by me, really for me, just for fun, explaining, you know, free speech, because I don't want to get in trouble for talking about things, right? Free speech should cover me on that, I hope. Covering labels and, you know, don't try this at home type stuff. I don't know how to do it yet. The idea just hit my head today, so I got to put pen to paper, but it's not a guarantee I'm going to do it, but we'll see what happens. I've been dabbling with the idea. I didn't want to share it, but because it popped into my head at last second, I guess it was meant to be. So I'm gonna enjoy this sub on a random curb. I hope you're enjoying your day too. Keep it easy, stay cheesy, shake it twice, and don't let your meatloaf. Okay, so there is the bowl I'm gonna use to put the distilled water in. That's garbage because I need to throw this out after. That's the glutathione, which the bottle's resting there. And here's my thing. You'll be sitting on my candle for proper placement. So let's do this. We're good. Trying to mess with the I always forget the camera's there. Trying to mess with this light because the exposure is crazy, and I have the app on my phone, and it took me a minute. Didn't need to know that. Anyways, the setup I just showed you. You're there. The setup I just showed you. This is odd to have a little bowl that I cleaned very, very well along with this to do this little transfer, but I don't have the right measurements, and I'm not procrastinating and waiting another day. This is the day this needs to happen. So we're using 1/4 of a teaspoon, which is 1.2 milliliters. The bottle says 3 milliliters or 3 milliliters of distilled water or saline solution. I'm curious if that means I could just pop this in my albuterol, because that would be top tier, but I don't really know. So I'm gonna ask my doctor that first, or maybe just do some research on my own to see if saline solution and albuterol mesh, because I don't know off the top of my head. So we're working with what we got. These are both very, very clean. And yes, you're gonna waste water doing this, but we work with what we have. At the end of the day, the water cost you $1 and change. Stop crying about it. So 1, that's 1.2, 2, that's 2.4, and this will be 3.6, but I'm gonna leave like a drop. Like literally, like if you could see it, those drops, bloop plus that. To leave out that. Maybe I'll add that, because that seemed like quite a bit. I'd rather it be more diluted than more strong the first time. So now you can go ahead and waste the rest of this water. It's cost you 3 pennies, man. You're crushing it. Sorry, you're not crushing it. You're doing the opposite of crushing. You're costing yourself money. That's a bad thing. So then you take the glutathione pill, And it's weird. Be careful with these. You don't want to just pull it apart. You kind of want to squeeze lightly and twist back and forth. I would show you from my perspective, but it's kind of hard given the situation I'm in. So, but look, you can do it lightly. Like now I know it'll come apart very easily. Like I already got it broke loose. Hear it? So then I'm lightly going to pull it apart just over slowly and come on, dog. Come on, boy. Yo, your boy crushed it. And I got my bookshelf is black. There's not a white speck on here. Hell yeah. I don't know if you saw earlier when I showed you the setup, but I got a trash right there. I already forgot what I showed you. Yeah. So you heard that sizzle. That sizzle. That's normal. You're going to go ahead and shake that about. When that sizzling stops, that's when you can go ahead and proceed with your treatment. As most of you know, with these nebulizers, you can't see it here, and I can't really tip it towards you correctly, but there's usually like a spike thing in the center. If you get the medicine on that, I usually just wipe it off. I don't recommend doing that, okay? Mind you, you are inhaling this, and if you have you have dirty hands, I just wash them. You shouldn't do that, but I don't know, it just bothers me that it's there. I don't think the water will ever touch it, so I wouldn't be too concerned, but, you know, follow your instincts, and don't follow what I do in this video. I need to make that commercial. That's what I meant by like situations like that, because you never know. But anyways, and always consult your doctor with what you're doing. My doctors know what I'm doing. I've talked to them, and that's why I'm guinea pigging myself. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I've done this before. It's helped me, but I've never done it strategically. I've never paid attention and took notes. I was a kid following my dad's instructions, and he was doing that. But now I'm an adult. I'm a man. He's passed the torch. I need to do it for myself. And honestly, neglected myself in the last 10 years. So here we are, baby. Now, I could do an albuterol right now before this, which will open up the airways so this gets deeper. But because I'm a little nervous about it, even though I am familiar with it, I don't want to do that. I want to just take it in as it can be and see how I feel before I start like letting it really go hard. Also, on the bottle, I never noticed this, but it says, what does it say? 1 to 3? Yeah, open 1 to 3 capsules into 3 milliliters of distilled water or pure saline solution. 3 pills into 3 milliliters. Brother, are we baking a cake? That's too much. But, you know, you never know. Maybe this stuff makes me feel like Superman and I start upping my doses. Whammy! Matt, you get that. Sorry, I'm thinking about you. Last thing I want to say, because I noticed this. That's why I was this, so you saw the black. Because earlier, when I was standing here, kind of a slant. I'm not gonna lie, I've never noticed that about this shirt, and it makes me not want to wear it anymore. It's off-centered. Whoever printed this did it wrong. They did it wrong. Don't appreciate it. Because now it makes me not want to wear a shirt I like, and I don't like graphic tees, so that's saying something. This is a special shirt. First anime I ever got into. But, put our trash to the side, and let's do this breathing treatment. You know what? I think I'll just tell you now. I don't need to be doing it because I want to actually play DC Universe while I do this treatment. This stuff stinks, brother. Like NAC stinks. And if you know what knock is, which I mentioned earlier, that stuff smells like rotten eggs. This is like that times 2. So it's a really terrible dose. Speaking of which, knock. You can take safely, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 milligrams of this a day. This is a 600 milligram bottle. So I like to take 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 at night. I don't ever recommend doing anything every day of your life. I just don't think that's good for you. But for the time being and considering I'm about to start doing glutathione and for the purpose of this experiment, I'm going to continue doing knock every day. Maybe not the same dose of like 2-3 times a day, but you're in the safe zone doing that. I'm pretty sure it's 3,000 milligrams, but it might be 4. So you might want to double check on that. But where's my water? I usually have a bottle of water here. Whatever. I'm going to do all this that I need to do. Be aware that when you're done with this, the reason why I was telling you that about that bad smell with like the eggy stuff, the egg smell, or fart smell, whatever word I used. When you're done with this, like you might already do with tobramycin or other things that you do that are inhalation, you need to clean your nostrils and your mouth out afterwards. Wash it out. It sounds gross. What I do is I get my hands wet. I dig in my nose a lot with that water. Obviously no soap, that would be retarded. Don't misuse that word. Don't overthink, Eric. Anyways, you know what I meant. Clean it out and then rinse your mouth out really good. Brush your teeth if you have to, and then clean your hands because it will stick. Fun fact, I gotta go because this is 7 minutes and I need to do this treatment. It's been sitting for a second. When I was a kid and before I learned to rinse my mouth out with this, because my dad didn't know, he did do it first. He did the glutathione, but he didn't tell me. Maybe he just forgot, or maybe he did and I forgot. But I discovered that it coats the inside of your nostrils and mouth when one day I picked my nose being a little kid. And when I went to like pick my nose later, I smelled something really gross. I was like, ew, what did that smell? And I'm like looking around for like 2 minutes. Then I realized it was my own damn finger and it was the coating of that stuff in my nose. I was a sick kid, okay? I ate my boogers. I might still do. I might. It's good for the immune system. I'm just saying. That's not, I can neither confirm nor deny. I'm just saying it is a possibility as it is with you. I'm just being funny about it. Anyways, I gotta go. Keep it easy, stay cheesy, shake it twice. Don't let your meatloaf. So this video is probably already long as hell, but hey, happy bonus video. Let me cover one I wanted to talk about first, which was the glutathione, which is what I just left off with. I just finished the treatment. I really debated on recording myself doing the first one, but I was messing around with transferring videos to make this video onto the computer, and that's a whole nother can of worms that we won't get into. But the first inhale of the treatment made me cough pretty hard, which most treatments don't make me do that. And to me, that's a plus. That's a good thing, because good shit always hits, makes you cough. That's a joke. Anyways, but there's some truth to it. So I'm weird about showing labels and stuff, but I'm not weird about freedom of speech. So green tea is just good. Oh no, I'm sidetracking. So the glutathione made me cough, and that's great. When I finished, during and after, and still now, I get it. Like, well, that was forced, and there's nothing there right now. But even now, I'm getting phlegm coming up, and my other treatments, they're supposed to do that. They don't do that. Exercise does that more than my treatments do, but my current treatments do help keep down infection on killing it, and they do help open the small path airways, but they don't necessarily help bring it up. That's why they gave me the vest, which I made a video on already, the Afflo vest transportable, which I do use, and I do find it very, very helpful. Not really, but placebo reassuring. I don't know why I'm trying to say this. I'm a stupid person who tries to make up words sometimes. But placebo reassuring. I don't know how to say that, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's more of a placebo for me than anything, because it's never made me actually cough anything up. I'm just being honest. I get more out of CPT, like chest CPT, or like the glutathione just here did for me, which kind of surprised me, but doesn't at the same time, because when I used it as a kid, it did the same thing. My very first treatment, I coughed up the gnarliest thing I've ever seen since I started coughing stuff up, and it was nuts. It looked like a membrane that was growing legs and was dark green. But anyways, that's a good thing. Those are good signs. So I'm actually happy to progress and keep doing this. And I've made up my mind that I'm gonna do it. Sorry, I'm checking the time, 2:25. It's already a long video, I'm sure. I'm gonna do it in the morning, which is gonna help me get up at 6 a.m., even though I don't have to, but I really want to, because I need to do all my morning stuff and get on a regular schedule for work. But it's given me motivation to get up at 6 a.m. for the purpose of this trial. So I'll do one in the morning, as soon as I wake up, like doctors always want you to do, right? I'll do the albuterol, I'll do the pulmozyme, then I'll do the tobramycin, and then I'll do the glutathione. Pulmozyme once a day, Toby twice a day, glutathione twice a day, albuterol 2 to 3 times a day for now. If I'm sick, or if you're sick, 4 times a day for the albuterol, the other ones adjust with your doctors. I mean, I can say that firmly because my doctors have told me that. You should adjust all of it with your doctors, as I said before. But getting on to the more, well, that's not more fun. That's great news, and that's fun stuff. But green tea, there's a lot of benefits to it. I should probably make a separate video on this stuff, on the teas I drink. You know what? That's what I'll do, because I have another one here by Yogi. Like, I can say it, but I can't show it. I don't know why I feel like I have to do that, but something's telling me to do it. So, honey too. Oh man, tablespoon of honey a day is good for you. I'm gonna make that a whole nother video, because I can go on for however long this video is, equal in part to this tea business. So my tea is steeping. I just washed out my nebulizer, and I'm doing laundry and finishing up for the night and making this video. So let me get back on topic so I can stay on track. I'm not signing off again, I already did it. This is a bonus video.